Hi everyone, welcome. My name's Sophia, and today I'll be leading you all through a 60-minute Vinyasa class. Welcome to 2020's Fall Family Weekend, and I am so happy you all are joining me today. So we'll begin in Child's Pose, big toes together, knees wide apart, and you can send your sit bones down towards your heels. Feel free to walk your hands out in front of you and melt your chest into the mat. Your forehead can even rest onto the mat here. In this position, we'll just begin to notice the breath, whether it may be fast or slow, without just changing it just yet. Maybe noticing as you inhale, the air feels cool. And as you exhale, the air feels warm as your bodies begin to warm it up. And then slowly start lengthening your inhales and equally lengthening your exhales. Together we'll practice the 4-part breath here. This breath is a really calming breath, and you can always take this in your daily life. So how this works is we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 once again. So we'll take about 3 or 4 rounds together, and then I'll let you go and work with your own breath, matching your own breath for about 3 breaths. So to begin, inhale and exhale completely. Then we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Last one together. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Now feel free to move at your own pace. You can always lengthen your inhales or make them a little shorter if that feels more comfortable today. Taking about 3 more rounds. While doing these rounds of breath, feel free to find your Ujjayi breath, or your victorious breath. This ocean-sounding breath is created through constricting your throat and is a very audible breath. One more round wherever you are. And then from here, feel free to set your sankalpa or your intention for today's practice. Maybe sending some of the love you cultivate today on your mat to someone in need. Taking a few more moments here to really think about your intention. Now we'll begin to start adding some movement into our bodies. So feel free to tense your fingers here, and then we'll walk both hands towards the right side of the mat. For a little extra, you can always bring that left palm on top of your right here for a really nice left side body stretch. With every inhale, feel your ribs lengthen, extending the stretch. We'll take about one more breath here. And then we'll inhale, walking our hands back through center. Then we'll walk all the way over towards the left side of the mat. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like that little extra, you can always bring the right palm on top of the left. Feeling a nice lengthening in your right side body. One more breath. And we'll inhale, walking the hands back to center. From here, we'll begin to lift our chest off the mat as we walk our hands to meet our knees. So feel free to stay here, sitting on your heels, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can always find a cross-legged position, or maybe easy pose, lining your heels up with one another. So wherever you are, we'll begin by placing our palms onto our knees. And then we'll begin with shoulder shrugs. Inhale to reach your shoulders up towards your ears. And exhale, release them down your back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. And then we'll move in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale, release down your front body. Inhale and exhale. Two more, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we'll inhale back to neutral spine, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears here. And then we'll exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear towards right shoulder. Feel free to pause wherever you'd like. Really feeling a nice lengthening in the left side of your neck. And you can hold here for one more breath if that feels comfortable. And on that exhale, bringing chin back to chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder, maybe pausing here for 2 breaths. And on that exhale, release chin to chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then exhale. On your next inhale, maybe making a full revolution. If that feels nice, moving in one direction and then back around and the opposite. Taking about one more breath wherever you are. And on your next inhale, we'll gently find a neutral spine. Each vertebrae stacks on one on top of the other here. And we'll take a few seated cat-cows. So your palms can be planted on your knees once again. As you inhale, bring your chest through your arms, looking up. And then we'll exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to neutral spine, and we'll sweep the arms up overhead. Maybe pausing here, reaching up. And then we'll exhale, plant the right palm beside us, sweeping the left overhead. Really feeling a nice lengthening in your left side body here. If you'd like to move a little deeper, you can always tense your fingers like we did in child's pose and walk your hand out, coming onto your forearm. If you're in this variation, make sure that both sit bones are equally planted into the mat and weight is evenly distributed. Wherever you are, we'll be here for about 2 more breaths. And then if you moved onto your forearm, we'll gently come back up onto the palm, and all together we'll sweep both arms up overhead. And then on your exhale, planting the left palm beside, sweeping the right arm overhead for a nice lengthening in the right side body here. If you'd like to move a little deeper, feel free to tent those fingers and walk them out, coming onto your forearm. I'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then if you moved onto your forearms, feel free to come back up onto your palm, and all together we'll inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. From here, we'll exhale, twist towards the right side, bringing left palm on top of right knee, and using your right hand behind you as a prop, making sure each vertebrae is stacked one on top of the other here. And you can look over your right shoulder for a little extra in this twist today. And we'll take 1 more breath. And then inhale, look forward, and exhale, release your bind. Inhale, sweeping both arms up overhead, and exhale, twist towards your left side, bringing right palm on top of left knee here, and using your left hand behind you as a prop. Feel free to look over your left shoulder for a little extra. We'll be here for about 4 breaths. Then on your inhale, we'll look forward, and exhale, release the bind. From here, we'll walk both hands out in front of us, finding a tabletop position. So from here, hands and knees are shoulder width apart, shoulders stack over wrists, and hips stack over knees. So from this position, we'll take thread the needle pose. So we'll inhale, sweeping the right arm up into the air, and exhale, thread it through. You can keep the left palm planted, or if you'd like, you can wrap that left arm behind you, reaching for the right hip crease. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. If you took a bind, we'll release right now. And then all together, pressing into the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm into the air for a counter stretch, holding here for 1 breath. And then on the exhale, planting the right palm onto the mat. From here, we'll inhale, sweep the left arm into the air, and exhale, thread it through for our thread the needle pose. Your right palm can stay planted, or if you'd like to reach for the left hip crease, feel free to do so. Really aiming to open the chest in this position. One more breath. And if you took a bind, release that right now. And all together, we'll press into the right palm and inhale. Sweep the left arm into the air for a counter stretch. Holding here for one breath. And then on the exhale, planting the left palm beside the right. And from here, we'll take a dancing tiger. So we'll move the hips around the mat in one direction and the other. Feeling free to take any organic movements your body needs this morning. You can always shake your head yes or no, or maybe even take a few spinal bends, looking over your right shoulder and then maybe your left. Pausing in any spaces that feel nice. And then on your next inhale, we'll gently move back into tabletop and we'll find our bird dog position. So we can inhale, sweep the right arm into the air. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like a little extra, you can always extend that left leg out behind you, flexing your left foot to create a straight line from your fingertips to your heel. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Great job, everyone. One more breath. And then on your exhale, planting your palm and knee onto the mat, taking another dancing tiger if you'd like. And then we can inhale back to center. And then we'll sweep the left arm in front, either holding here, or if you'd like a progression, you can always extend that right leg out behind you, flexing your right foot to create a straight line from your fingertips to your heel. And we'll hold here in bird dog for 3 breaths. You all are doing amazing. 2 more. And exhale, plant your palm and knee back onto the mat, taking one last dancing tiger to ring it out. And on your next inhale, come back to center. We'll tuck the toes and exhale, send the sit bones up and back into down dog. While in down dog, we want to create a straight line from the wrists to the shoulders to the hips. So feel free to add as much bend into your knees as you'd like or as needed in order to maintain a flat back here. Since it's our first down dog, you can also pedal out the dog, bending one knee and straightening the other leg. And then switching. We'll be here for 1 more breath. And then on your exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat, finding a half lift. And we can exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last to rise. And then once you arrive, maybe taking a shoulder roll here. From here, feel free to take a water break if you'd like, or you can come back to your breath. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Feeling free to stay in this Tadasana mountain pose. We're our big toes together and heels are slightly apart. Palms can face forward. Shoulders are stacked over hips and hips are stacked over ankles here. 1 more breath. Alrighty, so from here we'll take our Surya Namaskar A sequence. So with this sequence we'll be matching 1 breath per 1 movement, and the first one will move slightly slower as we begin, and for the progressive flows we'll get a little faster as the body starts warming up. So we'll begin in Tadasana mountain pose, then we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank pose. From here, feel free to drop your knees onto the mat, and we'll move through our vinyasa. So inhale, shifting the weight forward, and exhale, release onto the mat in one motion, keeping the elbows pinned beside you. Untucking your toes here, and lifting your hands off the mat, we'll inhale for baby cobra. And then we'll exhale, plant the palms, moving through tabletop into down dog. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. While in down dog, your gaze can be towards your shins, upper thighs, or your belly button if that's accessible for you today. We're aiming to find external rotation in the shoulders. One more breath. And then on your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. And then we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Great job, everyone. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, fold, planting your hands, step back, and we'll move through our vinyasa once again. Your knees can be on or off the mat, whichever is your preference this morning. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping your elbows pinned beside you, untucking your toes, and we'll inhale for maybe full cobra this time, and then exhale, moving through tabletop into down dog. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. And if at any point you'd like a little break, you can always come into child's pose and then meet us wherever we may be. On your next exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat, however you like. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Great job, everyone. Last one. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and we'll move through our vinyasa, meeting in down dog. Feel free to drop your knees once again. Inhale to shift your weight forward. Exhale, release, Chaturanga Dandasana. And inhale, either cobra or up dog. In up dog, your palms and the tops of your feet are the only things touching. Then we'll exhale, moving through tabletop into down dog. Two more breaths here. We'll exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweeping your arms up overhead. And exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Great job, everyone. We'll hang out in Tadasana for a few more breaths. Feel free to take a water break if you'd like. Or you can even come back to your sankalpa or intention that you created at the beginning of today's practice. Two more breaths wherever you are. So from here, we'll begin our mandala sequence, our mandala namaskar. So we'll move around the mat in one direction, and then we'll come right back around. So we'll begin in Tadasana once again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and we'll move through our vinyasa, meeting in down dog. If you'd like, you can just only press into down dog if that feels more comfortable in your body today. And then from here, we'll inhale, sweeping the left leg into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, stacking the hips. Feel free to take a few ankle rolls here in one direction and then the other, or drawing a circle with your knee clockwise and counterclockwise. And then your next inhale, we'll straighten the legs, squaring the hips. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your left foot in between your hands, keeping your right foot flexed here. And then we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead for a high crescent lunge. So while in this pose, feel free to stay here with the arms up overhead, or if you'd like to add a little bit of movement this morning, on your exhale, you can fold, bringing your palms to face the ground. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Last one, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And all together, we'll exhale, open up into warrior two. Back foot's at about a 90-degree angle, and your left knee is tracking towards your left pinky toe. Just your gaze is towards your left middle finger here. So we'll be here for one more breath. And then on your exhale, we'll bring left forearm to the top of left thigh, sweeping the right arm up overhead for extended side angle pose. If you'd like a little core challenge today, you can always extend that left arm out in front of you. That is super difficult, but if you'd like to try it, feel free to do so. You can always gain more strength. We'll take one more breath in extended side angle. And then on your inhale, we'll come back to warrior two. Exhale, flip your left palm and bring your right hand to the back of right thigh, or reach for the left hip crease for reverse warrior. On this pose, make sure to maintain the integrity of the bend in your left knee. One more breath. And as you inhale, we'll come back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your left leg and we'll twist towards the right side. Bringing heels in, toes out, and we'll prepare for goddess squat. So we can inhale, sweep both arms into the air, and exhale, squat down, cactusing your arms beside you, making sure you can see both big toes over your knee cliffs. And we can hang out here, maybe with every exhale, sinking a little lower, and a little lower. One more breath. And then on your inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead, straightening our legs. Whoop. And then we'll pivot the right toes to face the back of the room and hop the left foot in at a 45-degree angle. Making sure the hips are square here. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. While in this pose, your palms can stay planted onto the mat. And if you'd like a little extra, you can always flip your fingertips to face the front of the room or facing your left foot. Making sure to maintain the integrity of bend in your right knee to protect it and prevent hyperextension. You should feel your right hip moving towards the front of the room, moving back, and then the left hip moving forward. We'll do 2 more breaths here. And on your inhale, we'll find a half lift. Exhale, hands to hips, and inhale, rise all the way up. From here, we'll take our balancing poses for today. So you can bring your hands to heart center. As you exhale, we'll fold forward, bringing a bend into the right knee. And then eventually on your inhale, lifting that left foot off the mat, flexing it for warrior 3. Feel free to look at a single unmoving point out in front of you for a little extra balance. And your hands can stay at heart center, or if you'd like to extend them out in front of you, feel free to do so. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. You guys can do it. And then on your next inhale, we'll rise, bringing the left foot to meet the right. And then we'll try to find our tree pose here. So we can bring the left foot to the inside of the right ankle, the inner calf, or even eventually the inner thigh, making sure that your thigh and your foot are pressing equally against one another here. And I can turn to face you all so you can see what I'm doing. So we're here. So if you'd like a little bit of a balance challenge, you can always inhale to sweep both arms up overhead. Maybe moving your branches side to side. Or if you'd like, you can keep your hands at heart center, and you can even close one eye and then the other, maybe eventually both, and really feeling yourself correct. So we'll be here for one more breath. You all are doing amazing. And then on your exhale, we'll release the left foot onto the mat. Heel toe the feet towards the outer edges of the mat, heels in, toes out, preparing for Vinyāsa Yoga squat. So we'll inhale to sweep both arms up overhead, and exhale, squatting down. And I can turn to face you all once again. So while in this pose, your hands can be at prayer, or if you'd like, you can make little fists with your hands and press them against one another for a little more hip opening. Wherever you are, we'll be here for about 2 breaths. And then on your exhale, we'll plant the hands. Inhale to lift the sit bones into the air. And we'll heel toe the feet closer together. From here, we'll make sure the palms are planted and step both feet back into plank pose. Feel free to move through your vinyasa or press into down dog. We'll be in down dog for about 3 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, we'll sweep the right leg into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, stacking the hips. Feel free to take a few angles here in one direction and the other, or drawing a circle with your knee clockwise and counterclockwise. One more breath. And then on your inhale, straighten your legs, squaring your hips. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your right foot in between your hands. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up into the air for high crescent lunge. Feel free to stay here in high crescent, or if you'd like to add that movement once again, on your exhale, we can fold forward, bringing the palms to face the earth. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And all together, exhale, open up, warrior 2. Right knee is tracking towards right pinky toe, and your left foot's at about a 90-degree angle here. Just your gaze is towards your right middle finger. While in this pose, you should feel as though someone is pulling on your arms from either side. You can relax your shoulders away from your ears. One more breath. And then on your exhale, bring your right forearm to the top of right thigh. So bring your left arm up overhead for extended side angle pose here. Once again, if you'd like that little core challenge, you can always extend the right arm out in front of you. 2 more breaths and extended side angle. And then we'll inhale, rise, warrior 2. Exhale, flip your right palm and bring the left hand to the back of left thigh, or reach for your right hip crease, maintaining the entirety of the bend in your right knee. Reverse warrior. One more breath. And then we'll inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your right leg, and we'll twist towards the right side this time. So from here, we'll take wide leg forward fold. So feet can be parallel to one another, or they can be pigeon-toed, so you can bring your big toes in a little bit more than the rest of your foot. Whichever variation you choose, that's perfectly okay. So for forward fold, I'll give you a few options. So you can always keep your palms planted on the mat, or if you'd like a little shoulder opener, you can always reach behind you and interlace your fingers. And all together, we'll inhale for a heart opener. Then we can exhale, fold forward. This is Prasarita Padottanasana C. If you feel as though your weight has shifted into your heels, feel free to shift them forward a little bit more. Three more breaths here. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Great job, everyone. So we'll pivot the left toes to face the front of the room and hopping the right foot in at a 45-degree angle here, preparing for pyramid pose. So our hips are square and we can release the behind of our hands. Inhale to sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale to fold forward, making sure to maintain a micro bend in your left knee to protect it. You can even find an inhale for a half lift and exhale to fold forward. If you'd like, you can always bring your fingertips to face your right foot. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And on your next inhale, if you have your fingertips flipped, flip them back around to face the front of the room. All together, inhale for a half lift. Exhale, hands to hips. And inhale, rise all the way up. Great job. So now we'll take our balancing sequence. So bringing hands to heart center, we'll inhale here. And then we'll exhale, fold. Bringing a bend into the left knee, and inhale to lift the right foot off the mat for warrior 3. Your hands can always stay at heart center. You can always extend your arms out to a T or even out in front of you. Whichever variation you'd like today is perfectly okay and perfectly amazing. We'll take about 2 more breaths here in warrior 3. You all are doing amazing. You got this. And then on your inhale, we'll come up into standing, and then we'll try to find our Vikrasana tree pose. So bringing the right foot to the inner left ankle, the inner calf, or maybe eventually the inner thigh here. Keeping our hands at heart center. And I'll turn to face you all. So from here, you can always keep your hands at heart center, or if you'd like on your inhale, you can grow your branches up overhead, maybe swaying side to side. Or if you'd like that balance challenge, you can always keep your hands at heart center and allow one eye to shut and then the other, or maybe eventually both. Two more breaths wherever you are. And then on your next exhale, we'll release the the right foot onto the mat. And we'll heel toe both feet out towards the outer edges of the mat, heels in, toes out. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, squatting down into Malasana Yogi Squat. So I'll turn to face you all once again. So in Malasana, we aim to find a flat back here. And we can always keep our hands at heart center, or if you like those little fists, feel free to press them against one another for a little extra heart opening today. Wherever you are, we'll be here for about 2 more breaths. Then we can exhale to plant the palms. Inhale, lifting the sit bones into the air, heel toeing your feet towards one another. And then we can step both feet back into plank pose, and then move through our vinyasa, or meet in down dog. Taking whichever variation feels good for you right now. And then we'll all meet in child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide apart, and on your exhale, send your sit bones back towards your heels. While in child's pose, feel free to come back to your breath, or you can even take a water break if you'd like. We'll be in this rest pose for about 4 more breaths. If you'd like more of an active rest, feel free to hang out in down dog. One more breath. And we'll begin our hip opening sequence. So if you're in child's pose, we can inhale to shift the weight forward into tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes and send your sit bones up and back into down dog. From here, we'll inhale, sweep the right leg into the air. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like a little bit more core today, on your exhale, you can bring right knee to right tricep. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, right knee to left tricep, rounding your spine. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, knee to chest. And gently plant your right foot in between your hands, dropping your left knee onto the mat, untucking your toes. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. We'll take one more breath here, making sure the right knee is stacked on top of the right ankle. And then on your exhale, we'll fold, planting the hands, and heel toe the foot towards the outer edge of the mat, plugging the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Feel free to stay on your palms here, or if you'd like a little extra, on your exhale, you can move onto your forearms for our lizard lunge. While in this pose, we aim to maintain a flat back. So if you're feeling as though your back is rounded, if you moved onto your forearms, feel free to come back up onto your palms. We're still getting really great benefits on the palms here. And really nice hip opening. One more breath. If you're on your palms, gently make your way onto your if you're on your forearms, gently make your way onto your palms. Then all together we'll inhale to bring heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. Inhaling in Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Then we'll exhale to send the sit bones back towards the heels, flexing the right foot for Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Making sure to maintain the integrity of the bend in your right knee to protect it and prevent hyperextension. You can inhale for a half lift and exhale to fold forward, aiming to maintain a flat back and really get into the hamstrings here. One more breath. And then as you inhale, shift your weight forward, and we'll heel toe the foot towards the left edge of the mat, bringing our left heel, our right heel to the inside of the left hip for pigeon pose. So your heel can be as close as you'd like to your inner left hip, and we'll look behind us to make sure the back leg is straight. Inhale for a heart opener, and then we'll exhale to fold forward, finding sleeping swan, maybe making a pillow with your hands and resting your forehead on top. We'll be here for about 4 or 5 breaths. Noticing any tension that arises, and then maybe using your exhale to release it. Making sure the weight is evenly distributed through both hips here. One more breath. Then on your inhale, we'll rise up onto the palms. If you folded forward, we'll tuck the left toes and exhale. Send the sit bones up and back into down dog. Feel free to take any movements your hip needs here, maybe pedaling out the dog, shaking it out. And then we'll inhale, sweeping the left leg into the air. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like to add that little bit of core engagement, on your exhale, you can bring left knee to left tricep, rounding your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your left foot in between your hands, dropping your right knee onto the mat, untucking your toes, and inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, we'll fold forward. Heel toe your foot towards the outer edge of the mat, plugging your left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Feel free to stay on your palms, or if you'd like on your exhale, you can move on to your forearms. Aiming to have that flat back once again. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And we can inhale, rise up onto the palms. We'll heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. Inhaling here, and exhale, send the sit bones back towards your heels, flexing your left foot for Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. We can inhale for a half lift and exhale to fold a little deeper. Four more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, we'll shift the weight forward. And then we'll heel toe the foot towards the right edge of the mat, bringing the left heel to the inside of the right hip. From here, making sure your back leg is straight, we can inhale for a heart opener. Feel free to stay here, or if you like on your exhale, you can fold forward, making a pillow with your hands and resting your forehead on top, making sure that weight is evenly distributed through both heels here. And just relax. Be here for about 4 more breaths. One more breath. And we'll inhale, rise up onto our palms. Then we'll tuck the right toes and exhale, send the sit bones up and back into down dog. Feel free to take any last movements here. Doing whatever feels good in your body. And then on your exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward, and inhale as gracefully as you can into a seated position at the top of your mat. And then from here, we'll find a little bit of core activation. So we'll take boat pose. So on your inhale, you can lift both feet off the mat and maybe bringing your palms to face up. Feel free to hang out here. You can even extend one leg and then the other. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. 1 more. You guys can do it. And then we can exhale, gently release low boat, and then eventually laying down. And from here, we'll take figure 4, which is another variation of pigeon pose. So it's a supine version. So to begin, we'll bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And feel free to stay here with your left foot planted, or if you'd like a little bit more of a hip opener, you can bring both hands to the back of the left thigh, or even eventually the top of the left shin. Holding here for 3 breaths. Flexing your right foot. Maybe with every exhale, bringing it a little closer to you. You can even flex your left foot as well, making it a very active pose. And 1 more breath. And we'll exhale to plant the left foot onto the mat, and we'll hug the right knee into the chest. From here, we'll extend the left leg, and then we'll find a supine twist here. So we can inhale to hug that right knee into the chest, and then we'll exhale, bring the right knee over towards the left side. Maybe opening our arms out to a T and looking over the right shoulder for a little extra. One more breath. Then we can inhale back to center, hugging the right knee into the chest. And then we'll switch legs. So we'll bring the right palm, the right sole of the foot onto the mat, and the left ankle on top of right thigh for our figure 4. Once again, feel free to keep your right foot planted onto the mat, or if you'd like more of a hip opener, you can always grab the back of the right thigh, or even the front of the right shin. With every exhale, maybe bringing it a little closer to you. You can also rock side to side if that feels nice, massaging your tailbone, your sacrum. One more breath here. And then we'll plant the right foot onto the mat and unwind, hugging the left knee into the chest. And we'll extend the right leg out in front. Inhale here, and then we'll exhale, bring the left knee towards the right side for a twist, opening your arms out to a T and looking over your left shoulder for a little extra. breath here. We'll inhale back to center. And from here, we'll find an inversion to close today's practice. So we'll bring both knees into the chest and then eventually extend both legs into the air. You can stay here, or if you like, you can extend your arms out for sleeping tiger. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And on your exhale, we'll bring the knees to the chest, giving yourself a big hug, squeezing everything on your inhale. And then exhale, release into Shavasana, lengthening your legs out in front of you, arms beside you. Completely relaxing here, allowing your eyes to flutter shut. Taking up as much space as you need. Relaxing the toes, relaxing the feet, relaxing the ankles, relaxing the shins, relaxing the calves, relaxing the knees, relaxing the thighs, relaxing the hips, relaxing the stomach, relaxing the chest, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms, relaxing the hands, relaxing the fingers, relaxing the neck, relaxing your scalp, unfurrowing your brow, removing the hold of your tongue from the roof of your mouth, fully relaxing and letting go here. Removing any hold that you may have had on your breath. Breathing naturally. We'll begin to start adding movement back into the body, maybe wiggling your toes and your fingers. And we'll inhale to sweep both arms up overhead for a good morning stretch. And then on your exhale, you can release onto your favorite side in the fetal position. And with as little effort as possible, we'll gently make our way into a seated pose at the top of the mat. And we'll take one last breath together. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to forehead. May you have peaceful thoughts. To your lips, may you have peaceful words. And to your heart, may you have peaceful actions. Thank you all so much for coming today and showing up for yourselves. Namaste. Thank you all so much again for joining me this morning. I had a great time and I hope you did too. If you have a free second, if you could please fill out the survey that's linked in the description box below, I would be so thankful and I would love to hear some feedback from you. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.